Welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be exploring the future of coaching in 2025.
Okay.
And let me tell you, things are getting interesting.
Uh-huh.
We've got a bunch of research articles and even some personal anecdotes from coaches who are out there doing the work.
Cool.
So what's our mission here? Well, we're trying to uncover the biggest trends that will shape how coaching evolves in the next couple of years.
Makes sense.
And we're talking about the huge demand for coaches,
Yeah.
the role of AI, yes, AI, and a pretty fascinating new framework called the Inner Development Goals,
Right.
or IDGs.
IDGs.
So whether you're a seasoned coach or just kind of curious about where personal growth is headed, I think you're really going to want to hear this.
I think so too.
I think so too.
It's true. The coaching landscape is changing so fast.
Right.
And what I think is really fascinating is that these trends, they aren't happening on their own, in isolation.
Yeah,
They're all
that's it.
interconnected and influencing one another,
Yeah.
creating this kind of dynamic and exciting future for coaching.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's start with the fact that the coaching industry is absolutely exploding.
Okay.
It is the second fastest growing industry in the world right now.
Wow.
Second only to the tech industry itself.
Really?
I mean, that's pretty remarkable.
It is.
Don't you think?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And I think it speaks to this really deep need that people are feeling in these uncertain times.
Sure.
We live in a world of constant change and disruption,
Uh-huh.
and people are craving guidance and support.
Right.
They want help navigating challenges, building resilience, finding their place in a world that feels increasingly complex.
Yeah, and it's not even just about dealing with stress or anything.
Right.
Our sources show people are really yearning for more purpose in their lives,
Ah.
and they're turning to coaching to find it.
Right.
Take Miriam, for example. She's
Oh,
a
yeah.
coach who works with migrants in the U.S.
Okay.
And she finds so much joy in helping them overcome their fears and gain clarity on what they want to achieve.
That's amazing.
Then there's Chantel,
Hmm.
who focuses on academics who struggle with imposter syndrome.
Right.
And I think we can all relate to that a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
What I find striking about these examples is that they really highlight the human need for connection
Totally.
and belonging.
Yeah.
Coaching at its core is about empowering individuals to discover their potential and to live more fulfilling lives.
Right.
It's about fostering growth, self-awareness, a sense of purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with all this rapid growth, I think some people are wondering if the market's getting too saturated.
Well, yeah,
Right.
I can see why people would think
And
that.
there are too many coaches and not enough clients to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
What's a valid question, especially for those considering entering the field?
Uh,
But Jonathan, who's a veteran coach, brings up a really important point.
okay.
He argues that while there might be a lot of people calling themselves coaches,
Right.
with minimal training, the demand for truly skilled and experienced coaches is likely to outpace the supply,
Okay.
especially as the world continues to become more complex and the challenges we face become more multifaceted.
Right. So it's not just about quantity.
Exactly.
It's about quality.
It's about quality, and you as the listener might be thinking, what does this mean for me?
Yeah.
Well, it highlights the importance of investing in your professional development,
Mm-hmm.
seeking out reputable training programs,
Right.
and building a solid foundation of experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
Jonathan's point really underscores the need to kind of raise the standards of the coaching profession.
Yeah.
And for you, as a consumer of coaching services,
Right.
it emphasizes the importance of vetting potential coaches,
Yeah.
making sure they have the credentials,
Yeah.
and the experience to really meet your needs.
Totally. Okay. Now let's talk about a dynamic that emerged from our research.
Okay.
It's the generational divide in coaching.
Interesting.
We see this interplay between older, more seasoned coaches and younger generations like Gen Z.
Right.
The question is,
Yeah.
can these veteran coaches remain relevant
Mm-hmm.
and connect with clients who have very different values and experiences?
It's a good question.
It is. It's a question that's top of mind for many coaches, I'm sure.
Yeah.
After all, each generation comes with its own unique worldview and set of expectations.
Right.
So what's interesting is that our sources offer a range of perspectives on this.
Okay.
Sophia, who's been coaching for decades,
Okay.
noticed something really interesting.
What's that?
She found that many of her younger clients were actually seeking her out because of her
Oh,
experience.
wow.
They valued the wisdom and perspective that comes with, having lived through different eras and navigated various life challenges.
Interesting.
It's interesting. It suggests that experience in itself doesn't become obsolete.
No,
It's about how that experience is presented and how the coach adapts their approach to meet the specific needs and communication styles of different generations.
I see.
Now, Miriam, who we mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Shared a similar experience.
Oh, cool.
One of her younger clients specifically chose her because of her years in the field.
Mm.
It really challenges the assumption that younger clients automatically gravitate toward younger coaches.
Right.
It seems to be more nuanced than that.
It does, and while experience is valuable, it's also important to acknowledge the unique perspective of younger coaches as well.
Right.
Anders, who's a millennial coach, pointed out that while young people appreciate the insights of seasoned professionals,
Sure.
they also want to feel heard and understood without judgment.
Of course.
They crave authenticity and connection, just like any other client.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's not about one generation being better than the other.
Right.
It's about recognizing that we all have something valuable to offer.
Yes.
And that the most effective coaching relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chantel, a coach who works with Gen Z,
Mm-hmm.
emphasized the importance of continuous learning.
She stressed the need for coaches to stay informed about the social and cultural trends that shape the worldview of younger generations.
So kind of bridging that gap
Bridging that gap,
by
exactly.
speaking their language,
Yeah.
understanding their challenges and aspirations.
I think what I find so interesting about this is that it applies to all coaches.
Yes.
Regardless of age or experience,
Yeah.
we can't just rely on what we've learned in the past.
Right.
We have to stay curious, adaptable, and willing to grow alongside our clients.
That's the beauty of coaching.
Yeah.
It's a journey of continuous learning and growth, both for the coach and the client,
I love that.
by embracing different perspectives and
Correct.
fostering that genuine desire to connect.
Yeah.
We can create truly transformative experiences that go beyond generational boundaries.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the booming coaching market
Uh-huh.
and the generational dynamics at play.
Right.
But now let's turn our attention to something that's really kind of shaking things up.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
AI or AI.
Right.
Now, before you start picturing robots taking over coaching sessions,
Yeah.
let's dig into what this actually means for the future of coaching.
It's funny how AI often sparks excitement and apprehension at the same time.
For sure.
But when it comes to coaching, I don't think it's about replacement.
Right?
It's about augmentation.
Uh-huh.
AI can be a really powerful tool for skilled coaches.
Yeah.
It enhances their capabilities and expands their reach.
I think a lot of listeners are probably wondering, what does AI-powered coaching actually look like?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Is it just about scheduling and sending automated reminders?
Right.
Or is there something more to it?
It goes way beyond simple automation.
Okay.
Lucille, a thought leader in the coaching space,
Mhm.
sees AI as a collaborative partner for coaches.
Interesting.
She pointed to tools that are already being used,
Uh-huh.
like platforms that analyze client language patterns
Okay.
to identify underlying emotional states. And this kind of insight can help coaches tailor their approach
Right.
and provide more targeted support.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
We're talking about a level of personalization that wasn't possible before.
Right.
It's like having a virtual assistant
Yeah,
that analyzes subtle cues and provides feedback in real time.
exactly.
Ah.
And there are platforms like Coach.me,
Mm-hmm.
which uses AI to match clients with coaches
Okay.
based on their specific needs and goals.
That's interesting.
This can be really helpful for people who might not know where to start
Sure.
or how to find the right coach for them.
It's almost like AI is acting as a matchmaker in the coaching world,
Yeah,
connecting people who are perfectly suited for each other.
yeah, I like that.
Ah,
Yeah,
and AI also has the potential to democratize coaching,
right.
making it more accessible to those who might not have the resources for traditional one-on-one coaching.
Exactly.
So platforms like BetterUp are leveraging AI to create personalized coaching experiences, but at a fraction of the cost.
Right.
So AI could actually help break down those barriers to entry,
Yeah.
making coaching available to a wider audience.
It could.
This could be really beneficial for underserved communities
Uh-huh.
or those who maybe don't have access to traditional coaching services.
Absolutely.
That's great.
And another area where AI shines is in providing continuous support
Okay.
between sessions.
Okay.
Like, imagine having an AI-powered coaching agent
Uh-huh.
that's available 24/7
Okay.
to offer encouragement, answer questions,
Wow.
and help you stay on track with your goals.
That's a lot.
Yeah, this level of accessibility can be super valuable,
Okay.
especially for clients who are going through tough transitions or need extra support outside of scheduled sessions.
All of this sounds incredibly promising,
Yeah.
but I think some listeners might be thinking, hold on, isn't there a risk that we lose that human element of coaching
Yeah.
with all of this technology?
That's a question that comes up a lot.
Right.
And it's a good one. Lucille emphasizes that while AI can enhance and extend coaching,
Sure.
it can't replace the empathy, the intuition,
Right.
and what she calls the randomness
Interesting.
of human connection.
Yeah.
There are certain aspects of coaching, like
Yeah.
navigating complex emotions, building deep trust, and providing nuanced feedback
Right.
that still require the human touch.
It makes me think about something Penny shared.
Okay.
She's a coach who works with individuals in sensitive fields.
Mm-hmm.
And she's noticed that many of her clients actually prefer not to have sessions recorded or summarized by AI.
Really?
They value the privacy and the intimacy of a human-to-human interaction.
That's really interesting.
I thought so too.
It says a lot about that human connection
It does.
in coaching.
Yeah.
AI can analyze data and provide insights,
Yeah.
but it can't fully replicate the warmth, the understanding,
Yeah.
and genuine presence
Mm.
that a skilled human coach brings to the table.
So it's not about AI replacing human coaches.
No, not at all.
It's about empowering them
Right.
to be even more effective,
Oh, right,
providing
right.
them with tools and insights that can deepen their impact and extend their reach.
It's about finding that right balance
Yeah.
between leveraging technology and preserving the human connection.
Right.
The future of coaching lies in the smart integration of both.
I like that.
Yeah.
Before we move on to another fascinating trend, I want to hear from you, the listener.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on AI in coaching?
Yeah.
Do you see it as a threat, an opportunity, or maybe something in between?
Mm-hmm.
Take a moment to reflect on how this evolving landscape might impact your own coaching journey,
Right.
whether you're a coach or a client.
Okay, so let's switch gears now
Okay.
and explore another interesting development
Okay.
that's shaping the future of coaching,
Okay.
the Inner Development Goals,
Oh, yes, IDGs.
or IDGs.
This is a topic I've been so excited to dig into.
Okay.
It sounds kind of mysterious and transformative,
Uh-huh.
almost like a secret society of self-improvement gurus.
Yeah, kind of.
But seriously, what are these IDGs all about,
Right.
and what makes them so special?
Well, you're not far off with the transformative part.
Okay.
The IDGs offer a really powerful framework for personal and collective growth,
Mm-hmm.
and they go beyond the usual coaching goals
Okay.
of achieving outcomes or hitting certain milestones.
Right.
They're special because they connect personal development to a bigger purpose,
Okay.
creating a sustainable future for ourselves and the planet.
So it's not just about individual success anymore.
No, not just that.
It's about recognizing that our personal growth is interconnected with the well-being of the world around us.
Exactly.
I like that.
The IDGs recognize that we need a new kind of leadership,
Okay.
one that's rooted in self-awareness, resilience, and ethical decision-making.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah, these qualities are essential for navigating the challenges of the 21st century
For sure.
and creating a more just and sustainable world.
This is really resonating with me. It's like we're shifting from a mindset of me to a mindset of we.
I like that.
It's about understanding that our personal growth isn't just about climbing the ladder or achieving material success,
Right.
but about developing the inner qualities that allow us to contribute to something larger than ourselves.
The IDGs are organized into 5 categories,
Yeah.
being thinking, relating, collaborating, and acting.
Okay, wonderful.
Each category has specific skills and qualities that are essential for navigating the complexities of our world
Right.
and creating a more sustainable future.
Let's break that down a little bit.
Sure.
What are some examples of the inner qualities that fall under each of these categories?
Okay, so within being, we're talking about cultivating self-awareness,
Okay.
developing an inner compass,
Mhm.
nurturing presence,
Okay.
and embodying integrity and authenticity.
Got it.
Then in thinking, it's about embracing complexity,
Okay.
honing critical thinking skills,
Right.
fostering long-term thinking and visioning, and developing mental flexibility.
It sounds like a very holistic approach to personal development,
It is.
encompassing not just our actions, but
Mm-hmm.
also our values, our mindset,
Uh-huh.
and how we interact with the world around us.
And remember, we talked about Lucille's perspective on AI.
I do.
Well, she also sees the IDGs as a way to align personal and professional growth.
Okay.
It's not about separating those spheres.
Right.
It's about integrating them in service of a larger purpose.
So bringing our whole selves to the table,
Yes.
integrating our personal values and aspirations into our work
Yeah.
and our contribution to the world.
Exactly.
That's really powerful.
It is.
Now, I'm curious,
Yeah.
how are coaches actually using this IDG framework in their practice?
Right.
Is it just a theoretical concept?
It's definitely not just theoretical.
Right.
Coaches are finding really creative ways to weave the IDGs into their practice.
Okay.
And Lucille highlighted a few key applications.
Mm-hmm.
First, they can use the IDG framework to guide self-reflection. It offers a rich vocabulary for exploring values, motivations,
Uh-huh.
and areas for growth,
Oh.
particularly in relation to creating a sustainable future.
So instead of just asking clients, what are your goals?
Right.
Coaches can delve deeper into the why behind those goals.
Exactly.
And help clients connect them to something bigger than themselves.
Yes.
That's great.
And beyond self-reflection,
Okay.
the IDGs can also be used for goal setting and action planning.
Okay.
Coaches can help clients set goals that are aligned with the IDG framework,
Right.
ensuring that their personal development contributes to a more sustainable and just world.
This reminds me of something Jonathan mentioned earlier
What's that?
about the interconnectedness of individual well-being and the health of our institutions.
Yeah, it all ties together.
It does.
And another way coaches are integrating IDGs
Mhm.
is by structuring entire coaching programs
Okay.
around the 5 IDG themes.
Okay.
This provides a really comprehensive and holistic approach to personal development, going beyond simply addressing immediate challenges
Mm-hmm.
and fostering deeper levels of growth and transformation.
Wow. So the IDGs really provide a powerful framework
They do.
for coaches to guide individuals and
Yeah.
even organizations towards a more sustainable and fulfilling future.
And there's even the possibility of integrating IDGs with assessment tools,
Okay. Like what?
like the Aporia Maturity Assessment,
Okay.
which can provide a baseline measurement of an individual's development across the IDG categories.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This could be really valuable for tracking progress.
It could.
And demonstrating the impact of coaching on an individual's overall maturity and their capacity to contribute to a better world.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But it's important to acknowledge that no framework is perfect.
Right.
There are some critiques of the IDGs that are worth considering.
Yeah, for sure.
What stands out to you as potential concerns?
Well, based on what Lucille shared, one potential concern is that the emphasis on individual development could overshadow the need for collective action.
I see.
Is there a risk that focusing too much on the inner could detract from addressing the systemic issues that require collective efforts?
That's a good point.
You know, it's crucial to strike a balance between inner development and tangible actions towards creating a more sustainable and just world.
I agree.
It's not either.
Right.
It's both hands.
Right.
And Lucille also mentioned the risk of elitism and limited access.
Uh-huh.
Could this framework, with its emphasis on personal growth and transformative leadership, inadvertently exclude or marginalize those who lack the resources or opportunities to engage with it?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
For the IDGs to really make a difference, they need to be accessible and inclusive,
Right.
not limited to a privileged few.
I agree.
We need to make sure they're culturally relevant
Uh-huh.
and address any power dynamics that might create barriers
Yeah.
to participation.
And finally, Lucille cautioned against solely focusing on inner transformation
Yeah.
without taking concrete action.
Mm-hmm.
It's about translating those inner shifts
Uh-huh.
into tangible efforts
Right.
that create positive change in the world around us.
The IDGs can be a powerful catalyst for change,
Yeah.
but only if they're grounded in a commitment
Right.
to creating a more just and sustainable future for everyone.
I think that's a good place to leave it for now.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah, we have.
It's clear that the coaching landscape is really changing.
Uh-huh.
You know, the booming market, the generational shifts,
Right.
the rise of AI, the emergence of IDGs.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, and it's all kind of converging in these fascinating ways.
And what I think is really striking
Yeah.
is how interconnected all these trends are.
Right.
It's not just about isolated
Right.
developments.
Yeah,
It's about how all of these forces are shaping and influencing each other.
for sure.
And that's creating this dynamic ecosystem for coaching to really evolve.
It's like we're at this
We
crossroads,
are.
and the choices we make now will kind of determine the future of coaching.
I think so.
It's exciting and a little daunting,
Yeah, for sure.
don't you think?
Definitely. And I think one of the big questions that came up in our research
Mm-hmm.
is how these trends will actually play out in practice.
Right. Like,
Like, how will AI shape the way coaches integrate the IDGs
yeah,
into their work?
good question.
Will technology make it easier to cultivate those inner qualities?
Right.
Or will it create new challenges?
It makes me think about what Jonathan said about the need to kind of safeguard the coaching profession.
Mm-hmm.
With all these new tools and technologies coming out,
Yeah,
it's more important than ever for coaches to maintain ethical standards
it is.
and make sure that technology serves the human connection that's at the heart of coaching.
Absolutely. It's about using technology responsibly
Right.
and intentionally
Yeah,
always putting the client's well-being and growth first.
totally.
And it also makes you wonder how the demand for coaching will change
Right.
as technology becomes a bigger part of it.
Will AI make coaching more accessible, or will it create new forms of exclusivity?
Right. Those are all really important questions to think about.
And it reminds me of what Chantel said about the need for coaches to stay informed and adaptable.
Yeah. You can't just stick with the old ways of doing things. You
Exactly.
got to be open to new possibilities
Yeah.
and embrace the potential of technology,
Right.
but also stay true to the core values of coaching.
It's about finding that balance
It is.
where technology enhances human connection
Uh-huh.
instead of replacing it.
And this leads to another interesting question from our research.
Okay, what's that?
Can coaching, in all its evolving forms, actually make a difference in addressing systemic issues
Like, what do you mean?
like corruption,
Uh-huh.
inequality,
Yeah.
environmental degradation?
That's a big question.
It is. It challenges us to think beyond just individual transformation
Right.
and to consider the wider impact of coaching.
Okay.
Can coaching not only help individuals thrive,
Yeah.
but also help create more ethical and sustainable systems and institutions?
I like that.
It's a powerful thought.
It is. It connects back to the IDGs,
Right.
which emphasize things like collaboration and systems thinking and acting in service of a larger purpose.
What if we integrated IDGs into coaching programs within organizations?
Okay.
Do you think that could foster a greater sense of responsibility and ethical conduct?
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's like shifting the focus from individual gain
Right.
to collective well-being,
Exactly.
using coaching as a force for positive change at a bigger level.
And that brings us to our final thought.
Okay, I'm ready.
Could we actually develop AI tools to support the development of those inner capacities
Okay.
that are outlined in the IDGs?
You mean like could technology actually help us become more self-aware,
Exactly.
more resilient, more ethical?
If it's used ethically and intentionally,
Yeah.
could it help make personal growth more accessible and effective for everyone?
Imagine AI-powered coaching platforms.
Yeah.
That not only help us set goals and track progress,
Right.
but also guide us in developing those inner qualities that
Mhm.
make the world a better place.
It's a really interesting idea.
It is. It's like this uncharted territory
Right.
where technology and human development meet.
It's exciting.
It is.
It's full of possibilities and challenges.
As we head towards 2025 and beyond,
Right.
the future of coaching is really going to be shaped by our collective imagination,
Uh-huh.
our commitment to being ethical,
Yes.
and our willingness to embrace both human connection and technological innovation.
To make the world a better place.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
That's a really inspiring note to end on.
it is.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of coaching.
Of course.
We hope you got some new insights and ideas.
I hope so.
Whether you're a coach, a client, or just someone who's passionate about personal and collective growth.
Me too.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep questioning.